Hi guys, welcome to Gothenburg, and here it's autumn now. We almost caught up to the place I was last week, but the leaf is definitely turning and the temperature is falling a bit. Today it's time to make a dish that basically was national dish of Sweden when I grew up, and believe it or not, it's pasta bolognese. So tag along. So, time for a little Swedish household cooking from the 70s, and I will claim this right away so the comment section doesn't burn me at the stake. This is not the traditional pasta bolognese like they name it in Bologna. This is my take on the variety I grew up with in my childhood in the 70s, and I modified it for outdoor. So that's what we're having today. So, with that said, we can unpack. Let's start with the kitchen. Today, the T25 is my weapon of choice. Since it's a bit windy, I hope that what I say gets caught on the camera. And the saucepan is perfect for what I'm cooking today. And we will start right off with getting the pasta a bit soft. I don't want it done completely because I want to save some fuel, so the pasta will ride along in the sauce for the last minutes. But at least get it going. I think this should be stable enough. Oh yes, steady as a rock. Let's dig down in the kettle where I keep all my stuff. My grater, for example. Do we have any fuel from earlier hikes? Well, a tiny splash. That won't get us far. Like so. Uh-oh. No. I thought the rubber ring was stuck there because it kind of looks a bit fishy today. Strange. It's almost, yeah, I thought it looked strange. The rubber ring was stuck on. And we are rolling. So let's get some pasta and some water going right away then we fix the rest. So there is no long pasta here. I'll do these kind of shells. And a modest amount of water, just enough to cover. And some salt. And let's get this rolling. When this comes to a boil, I will approximately boil it half the time that the instructions call for. This is 8 minutes, and I'm going to cook it for maybe 5 minutes while I fixed up the rest. So, and the base for the ragu we have here an onion, carrot, and some celery, a clove of garlic, got a cube of bullion and some parmesan for serving. And as you've seen me done these before, carrot, onions and celery, and it's a base of many good pots. Kitchen French is mirepoix, but since we're doing an Italian dish, we can name it soffritto, because that's the Italian name for the same thing. So let's chop up the veggies. And this onion wasn't too easy to peel today. Well, I guess if I am stubborn enough, everything will work out. And that part has had some kind of accident. Looks a bit boring. And same thing on this side. Just cut it away. So finally chop this. Somewhat stable. And today I want the pieces pretty small, on the verge that they will almost disappear in the ragu, and it also speeds up the cooking time a bit. Sounds like it's closing to a boil, so I can put a timer on it. There's the onion. Let's put that on a plate for now. Keep that for my mise en place. And I know we have spoken about this before, and I'm pretty clear on that. I'm in its natural state. I'm a celery hater. Let's just face it. But it makes an almost magical transformation when you heat it up like this. So if you never tried cooking celery with onion and carrots, at least try it once. It's actually something completely different than the raw one that people keep on serving like something healthy and God knows what in salads and whatnot. So So if that's your picture of how celery tastes, try it this way, at least once. Gives your dish a much richer taste. I think I see some steam. All ready to put a timer. Oh yes, there's the boil. So 4 minutes. And let's finally dice the carrot as well. At least as finely as this cutting board allows me to. It's a bit wobbly. Well, guess we'll lift that off for now. Like so. And I dropped my garlic there. It's not coming in the pot right this very minute, but while I wait I will just crush it. Makes it easier to peel and kind of liberate the flavors a bit more. But that's for when the meat has got some color. I'll put you next to the cheese, so I know where to find you. You're small enough to get lost in the woods. That would be a shame. Let's see. Some seasoning, Italian herbs, some tomato puree, some crushed tomatoes, oil, minced beef. The original recipe calls for veal chunks, but minced meat works well and speeds up the process a bit. How are we doing? Almost 2 minutes left. Fantastic. I'll put some oil in the pan. And as always, even if it's non-stick, I tend not to be too stingy with the cooking fat. And my herb mix is as usual: thyme, oregano and rosemary, and I tend to call it Italian season mix. And thyme. So let's put this to the side, and I put the strainer on like some kind of lid so it retains some heat and, well, keeps on after cooking, so to speak. And let's see, we want this to get some heat before we put in the veggies. And mostly my preparations are done. The only thing I didn't prepare now basically is the coffee, and I got plenty of time for that. How are we looking? I think we have enough heat, so let's bring on the veggies. And we want this to become soft, but not brown. So, considering the options, I think I'm gonna put on the simmering actually. Because this stove can generate some heat. And I am as clumsy as ever. No one saw that coming. Like so, like so, and let's keep it up. And from the get-go, let's bring on the salt. And I guess we can chop the garlic while we wait. Since we don't get enough heat with the simmering, my thinking is I do kind of a circle. So everything now is outside the hot spot, and there, I think I will have the proper temperature, the one that I like. I think that our mirepoix is done, so let's add some more oil. And our minced beef. Add some more salt. Let's have some pepper. Black pepper today. And let's brown the beef. Now that looks better, starting to get all the lumps away. And I guess you start to see why I want this saucepan for this dish, because I'm going to add a lot of fluid, and in the ordinary frying pan it would have been too small, quite simply. Yes, the tomato puree. I'll say a generous tablespoon, 1.5, kind of. Now it's time for the garlic. The seasoning. Smell-o-vision should definitely be a thing. The crushed tomatoes. Let's take some water and try to get all of it. Out of. Now we're getting somewhere. And now it's time to introduce the pasta. And as you can see, I didn't drain pasta water because I boiled off a lot of starch in that one, and that will make this sauce a bit thicker. Try to incorporate the pasta shells as best as I can so they can get ready. I think I'm gonna add all of the water, and last but not least, half a cube is going down here. This is chicken stock. And now when we got to a good boil, I'm gonna put on the simmering. And my plan is to leave this here for between 5 and 10 minutes. I start with 5 minutes, and then we'll see how it looks. And maybe we'll go for 5 more. But now we'll let everything get ready together. And let the flavors really get together. Well, it's about 7 or 8 minutes, and from where I'm looking, this dish looks to be done. So I guess it's just to plate up. And in advance I prepared the coffee, so that's going on. Oh, I used all of the spirit. Well, good timing, I guess. Let's just wait till that gets cold before I refill it. So I plate up meanwhile, and I need a bigger spoon. So let's save these poor souls as well. And let's save a bit of this Parmesan. Just a few. Like so. Not much, but adds to the magic. Well, I think dinner is served. So, pasta bolognese, Swedish version. Let's have a bite. No wonder this was a childhood favorite of mine. I'll see you when the coffee's done. Cheers. Well, as you could see, the dish I made today, it's 2 servings, and I actually got a lunchbox for work tomorrow. So that's perfect. So if you're 2 persons, you can easily share this one. It's nice to be out. It was a week ago I was out and making my morning coffee in the mist, and I must say I'm a bit surprised. For me it was kind of, a sign of life. Sorry, I haven't been on for a while, and still alive, still kicking, and just a short rant about pretty much nothing. I was not prepared for the response I got. It's totally overwhelming. Lots of people that I often see in comments did comment, and lots of new people I haven't seen in the comments before. So it was really funny. Funny is not a word, it's not comical, but I really enjoyed reading all the comments, and they're still coming. So I was kind of a surprise. A pleasant one of that. And thankfully, as of now at least, it seems like my change at work still provides with me more energy than I had in a long while, so hopefully I can keep a more regular schedule on my uploads. Switching to something completely different, before when my spirit did end before I had expected it, it came to mind an incident not too long ago here in Sweden. Without going too much into details, there was a couple of persons that had to visit the hospital for severe burn that they got from a spirit set that exploded. And I said right away that there's no way in hell a burner of this type explodes. It just won't happen. The only the probable cause I could think of was someone refueled the burner without checking out that this fire was out and that the burner actually was somewhat cold, because it can get crazy hot when you use it. So if you pour spirit on it with the flame still going, or just when it died, it can catch fire, and you can get a very rapid combustion of the spirit all over the place. And I haven't seen the report, I haven't been too keen, but it would highly surprise me if they found out that the burner actually have exploded. So take care when using a spirit burner. They're quite safe, but you can do a lot of damage if you don't put your brain in gear when using it. So just a little rant about nothing. Safety first. Oh, I guess coffee first, but safety definitely is second. I'll talk about the food again. This was definitely a household favorite when I grew up. One of the several, at least, in fact. But this has a quite different origin than what it became in Sweden. But this is pretty much the variety that you can find in almost any kitchen in the 70s here in Sweden. And it was probably at least once a week. And so it kind of became the national dish here. The official one is meatballs still, I think. We had a while with the millennium when the national dish in Sweden was pizza. So we change a lot. I have no idea what counts as the national dish today, unofficially. But the main difference with what I was used to as a child and what I did today is there was no soffritto or mirepoix. Maybe some onions, a lot of minced meat, pork and beef combined, and lots of ketchup, both in the dish and on the dish when you serve it, and no parmesan. In Sweden, parmesan wasn't a thing in the 70s, but today, that's a different story. And I think the base kind of makes that you don't need to add sugar to this dish. Normally they say if you have a lot of tomatoes, they are pretty acidic, so you should take some sugar just to balance it out. But I think the onions and carrots provide enough sweetness to balance out the acid from the tomatoes. And the celery adds a lot of umami, and that together with the beef, splendid. As I said before, if your only experience by celery is the raw kind, do try this at least once before making your mind up. For me, it was a long time before people convinced me I should at least try it once, and today I'm kind of thankful for that. It added dimensions to my cooking. So quite often there's celery at home. I still won't eat it raw. Then I'm pretty much starving and have no other options. But in this way, it's fine. Yes. That should be it for today, pretty much. I think that the rain is returning. We had some rain in this morning, but things cleared up. I see some blue sky, small patches, but it looks like the rain is returning, so I'm gonna get myself packed and get home. But I'm a bit curious on what kind of food was the staple food when you were a child, and which of them was your favorite, and are they still your favorite today? That's not necessarily so. Some things you love as a child doesn't really fit your profile when you grow up. Your taste buds change. you get accustomed to more complex tastes, but some of them remain. So please bombard me, and there might be some inspiration for me to find there, I guess. And if you liked this video and think it added something to your day, don't hesitate, the thumbs up, it will help me a lot. And if you're watching this and are one of the 80% that watches my video that doesn't subscribe, don't hesitate to hammer that subscribe button and the bell so you get a notification when I'm out for new shenanigans in the woods or outdoors somewhere else. Until next time, take care. Cheers.